lijepi moji, dobro došli u još jedan podcast KK Zadara u suradnji sa našim sponzorom PRIMA Namještaj. Evo, kao što imate priliku vidjeti, sad smo malo drugačijem ambijentu nego zadnji puta, ali opet smo kod njih u njihovom prodajnom centru. Tako da, ukoliko vam nešto triba, nemam pojma, kauč, kužina, ne daj Bože krevet, postelja ili nešto, dođite, pogledajte, kupite u Primi. Prima pomaže Zadaru, tako da i ti pomažeš Zadaru. Ovaj podcast ćemo raditi na malo drugačiji način, odnosno način će biti isti, samo snimamo ga na engleskom. Već mi je tlaka što to mora raditi, ne znam engleski, ja ću sad bez veze buvat neke riječi, uopće ne znam što govorim, ali nadam se da će moj sugovornik to razumjeti. Sastat će se ovaj intervju iz dva dijela. Prvi dio će biti normalno moja pitanja, glupa koja ću mu postaviti, a drugi dio su vaša pitanja koja su vrhunska, došlo ih je nemam pojma, 100 komada. Naravno, naš gost će izabrati najbolje, najzanimljivije ili njemu najdraže pitanje, a onaj koji naš gost izabere dobit će ovu limited edition nadmajicu košarkaškog kluba Zadar koja je već potpisana. Ako ne znate ko je potpisa, reću vam ja, to je naš sugovornik. Zato sam rekao da je na engleskom. Justin Carter. Dugo očekivan intervju, poslali ste mi poruka kad će taj intervju. Evo ga, napokon taj intervju dolazi. A sad se šalta na engleski, pa ću vidjeti kako će to sve skupa izgledati. Justin Carter or Mr. J? Justin Carter or Mr. J?
Mr. Carter. I'll call. Okay. If you call him Mr. Carter, that'll go.
First of all, thank you for coming here. Thank you for accepting this interview, and welcome, of course, here.
Thank you.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to ask you some questions about Zadar, about our basketball club. How does that happen that you decided to come here and take accept offer of our basketball club?
Well, last year, I was, sitting at home. It was a COVID year, and I didn't know, what my future was, even in basketball, still playing. But, I just was reflecting on, my career and everything, and I wanted to know what could prolong my career and what could happen, So once I got the opportunity, I knew the background of Zadar, it could, help your profile or it could be bad. And, I knew I could, bring something to the table. I didn't know any of the guys, but I knew, the quality that they had and what I was coming to last year. And then, once it got rolling, it just became special, a special year for, the team, me, and ended up being, a very great opportunity for me to come to Zadar last year and this year.
Yeah. Is it first time you heard about Zadar? Did you ever heard about Zadar before, about our basketball club, or just Zadar was one point on the map, for you?
I mean, I would say, I knew Sabona. Okay. I would say, and Servita when they were here. Zadar, I seen the logo a couple of times, but I didn't know like the history or anything like that. Or
you didn't hear ever about some of our basketball legends, such as I don't know, Pino Đerđa or Krešimir Ćosić. Nah. After all, our national cup is named after him. Our hall is named after him. You never heard about it?
Nah.
Shame on you.
Yeah, I mean, my fault.
Okay, this is your second season here in Zadar. Both seasons you play are very high level, in very good shape.
Thank you.
Except a few post-injury games.
Yeah.
That injury happens against, that was a home game against Cibona, your ankle injury, if I remember good. Everybody says if that injury didn't happen, we will win that game. That's 100%. What happens then?
I would say, it was just, my ankles are pretty, sensitive. Once they twist them, it's going to be around 2 weeks. So I was just trying to push through, and, after that, I was like, I just felt bad because, that could have, took us off to a major level for the ABA and for our team. And, I think it kind of held us back a little bit, hindered us. But when everybody was healthy and we got on a good run in December, we could see how special our team could really be.
Yeah. So, how do you feel here in Zadar? Did the fans accept you as well, or did they recognize the street and stopped you with an autograph or something?
I mean, no. I mean, it just depends. If I'm walking, people would just, kind of recognize me. If I'm in a store, I would say, you know, a little kid or a fan or something would, you know, ask for a picture or something like that. I don't know if I get recognized as much as people think, but, you know, I think people know that it's me, but, you know, some just don't, you know, come up and, you know, talk to me and things like that.
Okay, so last season was great one. You won double trophy, National Basketball Cup, you won championship. This was great.
Yeah.
This season is not so far so good. You just 2 weeks ago you come back from the semifinal, lost the semifinal game against Cibona in Rijeka. So what is the difference between last season and this season?
You know, last season we had an identity, you know, inside out, with Chief and things like that. So we have an identity as well. We're more perimeter oriented this year, and I think, I mean, I could just stand for me. You know, I had a very, very, you know, low quality game that day, which kind of hurt us because, you know, I have a lot of you know, attention on me, a lot of things on my shoulders where I can, you know, take us to the higher level. And, you know, that day it just wasn't my day, you know, and I think that kind of put us on a not a bad game, but just like that would have made us that much better in that game, which, you know, was kind of tough for us because we figured that we could win that trophy for sure.
Yeah, and so you have to promise me one thing, please. Are we gonna win the championship?
I mean,
everybody wants to know that.
Yeah. I mean, I wanna for sure. You know, I don't want to promise it because that would be real. You know, that's telling the future, and I can't do that. But, you know, I think we stand if everybody plays, you know, to up to par, and on their game. I believe that we can for sure win the trophy. At the end of the season.
Now it's a little bit harder, you know. We don't have a cup. One trophy is missing already, but we're gonna win the championship.
Yeah, we gotta buckle down and get that championship. We're still defending championships for that, so you know, it's our trophy to give away, and obviously, you know, we don't want to give that away.
Yeah, okay. So during your career, you played in very big and very famous clubs, Euro clubs such as Galatasaray, Himki, Varese, Dinamo Sassari. So what is the difference between Zadar and those famous clubs that I just have mentioned?
I would say the most part, you know, we just playing at the higher levels.
Okay.
You know, Zadar, they're real organized. You know, they get us things, you know, if they don't have it on time, you know, they'll get it to us the next couple of days and try to make us as comfortable as possible, which big teams do as well. I don't see too much difference, you know,
in organizations?
Yeah, in organizations or anything like that. I wouldn't put, you know, Kimki was probably the best, you know, the most organized, I would say. But, you know, all the rest of them, they were kind of like, they were all standard, you know, got us things on time and things like that.
And the life living in Russia, in Turkey, here in Croatia?
I mean, Istanbul is
Italy?
like, yeah, Istanbul is the kind of pinnacle for me, you know. Me and my family, we really loved it there. It was a major big city, you know what I'm saying, which I'm from a big city as well. So that was pretty cool. And then, you know, Moscow, it was, you know, I had a driver that for the first time, and that was kind of, you know, different for me. But I could still see the city and things like that. You know, Istanbul had the sea. Zadar has the sea. Sassari had a sea. So, I mean, they had, it's a lot of my teams had some similarities. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask you some questions about Galatasaray because I always admire the basketball fans. You know, they're strong. You know, it's a difference between football stadium and the hall. So Galatasaray had a hall which capacity is 16,000, more than 16,000, 16,500 people. How is that playing in front of 16,000 people?
I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. You know, once you get that. We had that feeling, you know, in the final game against Split last year. And you know, that just...
But that's not even half.
Yeah. Not even half. Yeah. And you could just feel that, you know, intensity from them. And it raised your level for sure, you know, from, you know, what you thought you had. And then, you know, the fans, they push you every block, every rebound, every shot, you know what I mean? So it's definitely an advantage. And it was crazy playing against in front of those type of fans for sure.
Last year was Corona season, you know, there was no opportunity to play in front of the full hall. You have a little bit on that game you just have mentioned, but did you know? Okay, you can see that when you step out the balcony and when you won the trophy, the championship, and you see all those people singing together, hugging. I don't know, everything else. Because of Corona season, there was Corona rules, you know, mask, social distances, and is that amazing that you know, in spite of all of this, they were together and they were celebrating.
I mean, it was great. It was great. I mean, just to, you know, obviously Corona definitely hindered a lot of people. For them to still be able to cheer for us, even through those times, you know, it's special because, you know, a lot of people, you know, had a lot of complications, you know, with the COVID. So it meant a lot because, you know, we didn't expect that all those people would come just because of COVID. So them coming out there was very special for us.
And can you describe this feeling when you step out?
Yeah.
See all this.
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, you know, because you always want them to validate you as, you know, you're playing and as a team, and then seeing those, you know, them appreciate us, what we did and what we're doing on the court. It's just special because they're giving their energy to us, and we want to give our same energy to them when we see those guys when we walk out on the balcony.
I'm asking you all of this because you know, we always thinking that you're an American, okay? So all Americans, or not just Americans, all strangers, when they come here in Zadar, they always think they're just one more station in their career. There's no emotions, no feeling. Is that always like that?
No, I wouldn't say that because, you know, when you're very comfortable and you know, understand the fans, what they want, and, you know, they accept you, I think it's definitely a different feeling for, you know, that player. Some players go to somewhere and they're like, oh, we're just gonna stop here. We're gonna, you know, get my work done and then leave. But, you know, you always have, like here, I feel that I'm very welcome. So I accept the fans. I accept, you know, everything that comes with playing for Zadar. So I would say I'm more on the other side of, you know, I like it here, if that makes sense. Yeah,
that's great because we have lots of players who, you know, they lose some game and tomorrow they don't even remember that game. You know, everything's same, no emotions, no.
I mean, I try to do the same, you know, especially if I play bad or something like that. I want to forget that game as fast as possible.
Yeah, we had some players, for example, Juby Johnson. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, I heard the name.
He got such a great emotion, such a big emotion in Zadar. He cried when he leaves the Zadar, and he always said the Zadar will be his second home today or for lifetime. So I hope you are one of them.
Thank you.
Okay, you have a chance to play in Yazine. You know, it's. Everybody said that that's our second hall, okay. But everybody said, fans said, it's our first hall. You know, I don't know how what feeling is for you in playing that hall. There's lots of tradition, lots of memories. Of course, you don't remember it. But is there some special inside of that hall for you, or?
I mean, for me, I always respect, you know, history. You know, because without history, you know, we don't have the future. So. I would say in that hall, it for sure shows us that, you know, the appreciation of what they've done and what we can do. And the fans a little bit closer. They're, you know, it gets a little bit louder because they're, you know what I'm saying, it's a smaller gym. So it's a different type of energy for sure. But you know, I know the history of it. So when I'm in there, I'm like, man, Michael Jordan played here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool playing playing those types of arenas.
Because Jazine has capacity about 3.5, 4,000 people. But sometimes it happens that enters, 6,000 people inside. It's very loud. Yeah. That's why I asked.
I mean, I haven't seen it that loud, but you know, the games that we played, you know, last year we played Red Star there. This year we played the F&P, which was a great environment for us this year. So, I mean, we play well and we respect the history in there for sure.
Okay, so after you played the college basketball, you were undrafted after that. Okay, so you decided to come here in Europe and try to play here. Is the NBA, I suppose NBA's dream of all college,
for sure.
of all college players, is there NBA something that's missing in your life, in your career?
It is. I mean, I played summer league. That was my peak of, playing in the NBA or close to the NBA. But, you know, at one point it was like, man, that's my dream. I got to get there. I should be there. Nobody can guard me one-on-one. You know, I have those types of, things in my head. And then when I hit that point at when I was 27, 28, I was like, it's over. Like, they want younger, they want, younger dudes that can, perform at that level. I'm not saying I couldn't play at that time, but I just, in my head, I was like, all right, it's over for the NBA. So I just tried to, cope with that and understand that wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? So at that point.
2015, you were on the summer camp of Phoenix Suns, if I remember. So did you expect a contract or something?
I mean, you always expect something like you expect it because, you're so close. You're so close of, you know what I'm saying? They got NBA GMs looking at you. They got the whole summer league looking at you, not just Phoenix.
Yeah.
Because you're not under contract at all. So, I mean, you want to go there. You want to make a great impression. Like I said, it wasn't for me. I've been blessed after that, and so I definitely take it as a learning stool and tell everybody, hey, everything is a learning curve, a learning situation each day, each time you step on the floor and get that opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are your plans in the future? Do you want to stay in basketball, just like agent, like coach or something? Is there enough for you?
Yeah. Nah. So like people ask me all the time, like, what you gonna do after? Yeah. Like, why am I still playing? You had a great career and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I just love basketball at the end of the day. So I have a youth program. It's called Pro Vision Basketball, and I coach young kids. Now I'm just more, in the camp stage because I'm still playing. But in the future, I want to have teams. I want to have, one-on-one individual work. I'm also looking into, getting my own facility and, having events there and, camps there and try to bring, European kids that want to be in the NBA. I mean, not in the NBA. Well, want to be in the NBA, but also want to be, seen by colleges, want to seen by high schools that want to have an opportunity to, play in the U.S. So I just trying to build that right now. And, I have a spark back home where, it could take off. So I'm just in the verge of, do I keep playing or do I just do that full time?
Okay, if you recognize some good player, please send it here.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying. I mean, it's more youth. It's more youth. So like when they're all the way up to 18 years old. So I will for sure if they want to come to Europe and learn how to play from basketball in Europe, I'll for sure bring it here to Zadar. He can go to the youth academy here as well. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, situation now in the club, atmosphere, everything is, we can hear it, we can read every day some, it's not good situation. So what you can tell about this?
I can say, I would say the organization and, the basketball team, we're on the same page. It was a rough stretch, which is, it might be with every club at one point. But right now we're in a good way. I wouldn't say that it's bad at all or anything like that.
So it's great, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah,
almost
good.
great.
Yeah. It's good for the most part. It's good for the most part. I mean,
Okay.
I can't complain.
Okay, so how do you adapt to the Croatian food here and Dalmatian food? What do you like most to eat of our traditional meals?
I mean, traditional meals, I don't really eat those too much. Okay. Unless, you know, we're on the road
or you're just a
like
McDonald's type of
Nah, that's just my cheat meals. You know, I try to, you know, if we got a day off or something like that, I go to McDonald's, KFC or something like that. Yeah, it's a day off. My man Mandir, Mario, he understands. I always try to get with him, like, yo, can I eat a cheat meal today, man? Like, so Mario, he really gets me. Okay. He gives me the okay. Yeah, he gives me the okay, and I'll be good.
Just one more training more, right?
Man, that dude. If I do eat it, he'd be like, man, look. He'll always try to come to me and be like, man, you gaining some kilos, man. That's that McDonald's. Yeah. I'm like, you told me I can eat it, so that's on you. But okay. Yeah, he's a good.
What number 1 means on your jersey?
Just, you know, I would say it's for just me. Like, you know, I'm the one that, you know, can lead the team. I'm the one that could change the game. I'm the one that, you know, could affect the game. Just like 1 means, like it could be on yourself. Like, if that makes sense. Like, so I just picked number 1 just.
Because of that.
Yeah.
No, it's unusual number
in
basketball. In football, you know, it's a goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper for sure.
So maybe you want to keep something.
Nah. It's just because of me, you know. I can reflect the game, and I can reflect, you know, a lot of people, and so I just think about me as being, you know, a leader and things like that, and it always starts with me, you know, if that makes sense. So I just pick number 1.
Okay. So what do you do in your free time? Do you play some sport, other sport or something? I don't know.
I mean,
or just resting.
Yeah, no. I mean,
chilling.
during the season, you know, I play Call of Duty. Most of the time, that's like all day. Like, if I'm not in the gym, I'm playing Call of Duty. But in the summer, I play golf. So
golf,
yeah,
but not here.
Nah, not here. I know it's one in
maybe
Zagreb.
just one in
yeah, the putt golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard it's one in Zagreb.
Yeah.
I want to go see sometime when the weather changes.
Yeah, we have lots of plans to build some golf courts here, but nothing.
Yeah. So I would for sure hit the one in Zagreb.
Yeah.
But that's
you play
it.
golf because of Michael Jordan or Tony Kukoc?
Nah, I just really, my brother-in-law, he put me on. He was like, man, you want to go play golf? And I was like, man, yeah, let me play. It's going to be super easy. I'm going to hit the ball 300 yards, nothing. And I got out there, I couldn't hit the ball.
At all?
Yeah, at all. At all. For like, I mean, it was crazy. And then it was like the 17th hole, par 3, over some water, and I hit it, boom, great contact. It went like 3 feet from the hole. And I've been hooked ever since. And I was like, man, I got to be better. And it for sure helped me with my basketball game, because every shot has to be the same. If it's not, it's going to be, you know, off shot. So, yeah, it definitely helped.
Okay. So do you like Croatian music?
Traditional
Croatian
music.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I don't know. You know, they probably speak too fast for me. But if it has a good beat, I can vibe to it for sure. Like that's my thing.
Or something?
No. Just any type of beat. If it's, you know, a real traditional Croatian song or whatever. If it has a great beat, you know, I could just vibe to it, even if I don't know what they're saying at all. So, I mean, that's just me. But
later, I will let you in the car. I will let you clap a Dalmatian, you know, without instruments, just a cappella. Yeah, that's very interesting for you. No beat. No
now that would be different. See, I'll be like, I don't know about this one.
Did you learn some Croatian words?
Yeah, I know all
Tell
the...
me something, please. Ti ne gledaj to, ti se znaš što misliš.
I mean, I know some, you know, some of the bad words.
I
can't say those.
That's the first thing everybody learns when you come here.
They try to teach me the bad words. You know, I know Dobro Utra, you know, Bog. I can't, it always...
Can you go in the restaurant and order something? Or Croatian? No.
Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
It's your second year. It's very easy language, believe me.
Yeah.
I speak Croatian till I was a kid, you know, so it's very easy.
Yeah. So for me, I can understand. If I know what's going on, I can understand and pick some words out that I know. But speaking, or if somebody asks me, hey, speak Croatian, I don't have anything to say. Like, it's always weird. But
you understand, you know, in the practice when somebody says,
yeah. I understand all that. I understand all that for sure.
Of course, of course. Okay, so do you have a life motto or some quotes or something? What's...
No, I try to look for quotes, you know what I'm saying, that really stick to me. You know, for me, once I look at it and figure it out, I try to keep it in mind, or, you know, just try to, you know, when I think about something, I'll be like, oh yeah, that motivated me that time, or things like that.
Always try to be better and better.
Yeah. I need to be better in reading. I try to read as much as possible, but, you know, I try to do it like once we're on the bus or something like that. That can, you know, get me away from basketball, get me away from thinking about, you know, what's going on and stuff like that.
Okay, for you, the best starting lineup of all time basketball players. Please, I want to hear that. I always ask some our players, but you're an American. I want to hear it from you.
I would say I'm at the 2 guard.
Okay.
Nah, I'm playing. Nah, I can't put me over Mike. So, at point guard, I'm gonna put LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah, he can see the floor. He's 6'8".
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
At my 2, it's Michael Jordan.
Of course.
At my 3, I'm gonna put Kevin Durant.
Okay.
At the 4 spot, I'm gonna go. For me, I'm gonna go KG. Great intensity, you know what I mean? 6'11", you know what I'm saying? He can do everything.
And center.
Center, I'm gonna go.
Shaq.
I want to say Shaq, but I want Wilt, because Wilt was you know what I'm saying?
Hakeem, no.
Hakeem was nice. Was nice. But I'm gonna go Wilt. I'm gonna go Wilt, just for me. And then if I could pick the 6th player, my sub, I would pick somebody that's real versatile, and I'm gonna go. Sheesh. I ain't gonna have a 6th player. I'm just gonna go by 5.
But nobody from Europe. That's interesting.
I mean, nobody from Europe can really touch those guys. If that, I mean.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. It's your starting lineup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hold on. So you saying somebody from Europe? I should have put somebody from Europe in there? Who?
Maybe there are lots of great players from Europe in NBA. Šremf, I don't know, Kukoc, Sabonis.
Yeah, but they not touching them. They not, you know, Sabonis was nice. Yeah. Kukoc, Dirk.
The best 6th player.
Obviously,
the best 6th player was Kukoc.
I mean, I would say, Giannis from overseas too. I mean, but I could put those 5 against, you know.
Okay, I agree. I agree. So your favorite NBA club?
Wherever LeBron James is. And
it's your favorite club?
Yeah. So when he went to the Heat was my team.
Okay.
The Cavs was my team.
Very big fan, huh?
Yeah. I just like how he played. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to his game. He's not very appreciated what he does and how he approaches the game. You know, obviously he's one of the greats, but, you know.
Okay, I understand, but don't tell me, please, that LeBron is better than Michael.
I mean, I heard the best thing about the greatest players. I heard it the other day, Jay Williams. He said there's a lot of one players, which means is they're all in their own category. LeBron is in his own category. There'll be no other type of LeBron. Another Mike, there will be no other Mike. There will be another Wilt. There will be another, you know what I mean? So
but if you have to choose someone for your teammate, you will take LeBron or Michael?
For my teammate,
Ja.
I'm gonna take LeBron.
Što kažeš ti na ovo? Ne, a?
I don't agree with that one.
Why? Come on, I mean, what is he not? But what is he not gonna do? What is LeBron not gonna do?
He will gonna do everything, but Michael will do also.
I compare more to a Magic type player.
Who?
Like a Magic Johnson type player. LeBron.
He is.
He is.
He is, but he is 2 times the level of Magic, though.
He is, but like he's number 2 in my opinion.
Mike or Mike? Oh,
Michael
yeah.
is. Michael
Yeah,
is
I
at
would,
another
but
level,
listen,
like,
but listen, the
For me
the
also.
eye test, the eye
I'm a very big
test,
fan,
for
very
sure.
huge fan of Michael Jordan. You know, it's all-time number
Oh,
one.
the eye
For me,
test for sure. Michael Jordan, if you look at his highlight reels, you'll be like, man, he's great. Like, you know what I mean? But if you compare to LeBron's tapes as well, it'd be like,
But
the
yeah,
same.
LeBron is great.
I say 1A, 1B.
I mean, Michael never missed the playoffs.
Who?
Michael never missed the playoffs.
That's cap. He missed the playoffs.
When?
I think his first 3 years.
No.
No, he made it. I think it was maybe with the Wizards actually.
He missed it with the Wizards. He missed it with the
Wizards, but
Bulls.
that
He
was
missed
end
it
of
with the
career.
Bulls, yo.
That was end of career. then.
But okay, take that away. With the Bulls, he missed the playoffs.
And the rings?
He got him. I can't say he don't. He got him 6 for 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So, the best of all of time basketball player ever is...
Michael Jordan.
Oh, great. Huh? Nagovorili smo ga, a? Okay, any dream which didn't come true for you yet?
Like I said, NBA.
NBA. That's it.
You know, I haven't got my dream car yet. I mean, I would say everything else I'm pretty good at. I mean,
Pretty good,
yeah. I don't have too many
Do you
dreams.
have a list?
No, I don't have a list too much. I mean, my dreams have a kids. You know, I got 4 kids.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
I mean,
Congratulations.
dream to be a professional. You know, I'm a professional. You know, I had a lot of them come true. Like, so I would say really those are kind of, you know, my kids.
Climbing Mount Everest, something.
I mean, that's not really my dreams.
Okay.
I want to jump out. I want to jump out of an airplane. You know, parachuting, right?
Yeah, parachute.
Yeah, I want to do that just because they say, you know, it's a thrill for that, you know, 10, 30 seconds or whatever. And then after that, you just floating. So I was like, I think
Special
I can do.
feeling,
Yeah, I could do 10 to 30 seconds. You know, of like, oh, like, and then you just relaxing after that. So I would really do that. You know, but yeah, dreams. I think that most of them came true for me, which is a big blessing for me.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wanted you to your every dream come true. Okay?
Thank you.
And I have to thank you for this podcast.
Yes.
I have to thank you. I'm very honored that you're here.
Yeah.
So we will continue with the second part. Okay? And you will answer on the questions of the fans.
Yes.
Evo, završili smo s ovim našim prvim dijelom. Sad ćemo se uključiti u taj drugi dio, takozvani Q&A. Tu će neko od vas osvojiti ovaj dres. Justin ga je potpisa i vidimo se za koliko? Za koliko? Za minut, 2, jel? Ok. Pozdrav i hvala vam što ste tu.